Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Thank you so much for joining me and watching my videos. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. It really helps me out, and I'll do a little happy dance. Today we're creating this set. It's sort of a pride set, but not. It's pink and rainbows. It's just really cute, and I love it. I hope you do too. I'm starting off with some clear rubber base. I've already prepped my nails. I think I've got a peel off base coat on there. Oop, I just blobbed it on. And this is a really simple set. It's a quick video. I've done it with my non-dominant hand, so if I can do it, you can too. So just going in with a layer of this clear rubber base on every nail, and then I'll stick it in the lamp and cure it for 60 seconds. I've sped this up a little bit. Any second now it'll get faster, just because, you know, it's not that exciting. And there we go. So yeah, one coat of this on every finger, or every nail, and then I'm going to pop that in the lamp for 60 seconds, ping it in the microwave. Not in the microwave, please don't put your nails in the microwave. Anyway, so now I've got my tips and my solid glue gel, and I'm just going to scoop a little bit in, try and make sure it stays on the inside and not the outside. And then I'm going to place this onto my nail. Switching my lamp on first so it's ready to go. These gloves are a little bit big for me. I've got to pull them down. And then I'm going to place the cuticle area of the nail as close to my cuticle as possible without touching it. And then I'm going to rock the nail down. So I put it on at an angle, rock it down, and then hold it under the lamp for about 20 seconds. Just flash curing it and wiping off a little bit of excess gel there. Shouldn't do that with your bare hands because, you know, contact dermatitis, but yeah. So I'm going to do that and hold it under there for 20 seconds, and then I will do the next nail, and I'm going to do exactly the same. Just scoop a little bit of my solid glue gel into the tip, wipe off the excess, switch my lamp on, and again holding it at an angle, pointing downwards as close to the cuticle area as possible without touching it, and then rock down, pushing out any air bubbles and putting it under the lamp, and then holding it there for like 10-20 seconds until it feels like it's secure, so we can carry on without it falling off. I'm doing the same. Down, rock it on, under the lamp. If you do get any excess gel or spillage, you can just wipe it off before you put it in the lamp, because we will do a full 60-second cure after we've got all the tips on. So how is everybody today? Doing well? It is absolutely chucking it down here today. It's meant to be summer and it really does not feel like it, but there we go, global warming. Anyway, I've stuck those in the lamp for a full 60 seconds to cure, and now I'm just wiping off any sticky bits. Always wiping underneath as well, because sometimes you get that little bit that seeps out, and then you don't get dust and hair or anything on there. Taking my glove off so I can file without getting it covered in dust. And I'm just going in with this 100-180 hand buffer from the gel bottle. I use this in most of my videos. They come in a pack of 10, I think, and they're about just over a tenner, I think, so quite good value. And just making sure there's no gel on my finger and getting off any spillage that we might have had. And we've got to buff the nails anyway to put our gel polish on. This is obviously sped up. I wish I moved this fast. I'd be rich. And now finished with the hand file, I'm going to go in with my e-file and just go around the cuticle areas to make sure there isn't any little bits of gel that might have overspilled that I couldn't get off with the hand buffer, and just blend in the tip with the cuticle area so it's nice and flush. I did have a little bit of excess glue under the nail where I'd used too much, so I'm going in with my e-file again with this different piece, with this like kind of cone bit, so I can get under there and get any extra bits of glue out. And now I'm going in with my hand file. This is a 100-180 hand file, and just getting any extra glue off and refining my shape. And once I'm done with that, I'm going to get my tip cutters, and cut the nails down a bit. I like to do my thumb a little bit shorter than the rest just to make them a bit more manageable. Easier to do things like put on dog leads and whatnot. I'm just checking that they're all around the same length. So I keep turning my hand the other way so I can see them side by side. Make sure that there's not one longer than the rest. And when I'm happy with that, I'll get my hand file again and just make sure that the edges are straight. I have kind of done this in a higgledy-piggledy order. Usually I would cut the tips first and then buff them, but we did it the other way around today. It doesn't really matter, I get the same result at the end. I think this would have taken a little bit longer. You see me do this weird little thing with my thumb and my little finger or the other nails just to see if they're around the same length. And now we're going to tidy all this filing stuff away, ready to do the fun bit. You see I'm just dusting them off and then getting some alcohol and giving them a wipe down and making sure there's not any dust on there, because we don't want that contaminating our gel, because that's gross. It'll be all lumpy and gross. And then I've felt a little something sticking out under the nail, making sure there's no more dust again. And now we're on to the fun bit. But first, some rubber base. Where I've buffed the nail to make it a little bit rough and ready, this will smooth it out a little bit, but also make it tacky so we can put our colour on and it will stick to it. There's nothing worse. I find sometimes if I don't do things like this, you can get peeling with your gel, where it separates away from the nail. So we want to do everything we can to make sure our colour stays on. We don't get any chips or peeling. So I'm just doing a moderate layer of the clear rubber base on every nail, and then I will stick that in the lamp for a full cure of 60 seconds. This rubber base is from the Gel Bottle. You'll see me use a lot of their products. They are really good. I'm a big fan. Unfortunately not sponsored, but one day, huh? Keep subscribing, guys, and liking and commenting, please, and then maybe we'll have more products. Okay, now we're on to the fun bit, I promise. So once I've cured those for 60 seconds, I'm taking this out, this colour. I think it was #babe. Also from the Gel Bottle. It's a nice pink glitter. And I'm not going to paint the whole nail with this because we're going to do a French, but I'm just going to do the base of the nail and then feather it down a little bit so we don't have a thick line. And once I've done every fingernail, we'll stick them in the lamp again for 60 seconds. And I do a second coat, but I don't think I show it just because it's kind of repetitive. And I wanted to keep this video short and sweet. You'll see here I'm just double checking that I don't have anything on my skin, because we don't want to cure that in the lamp. And you don't want uncured product on your skin either. I stuck that in the lamp for 60 seconds, and like I said before, I did do a second coat. I've just not shown it because it's quite repetitive. And I'm just going to go over this now with some clear rubber base, just because glitter can be a little bit lumpy, and we're going to paint a French over the top, and we don't want our lines to be lumpy bumpy because that's just gross. So I'm going to do a nice generous coat of this on every nail and stick it in the lamp for 60 seconds. And then once I've cured that for 60 seconds, I've given it a wipe off with some alcohol, and I'm just going to buff over the top to make sure it's smooth. You want to make sure you wipe off the top of the nail before filing it, because we used clear rubber base. It'll have a tacky layer, and trying to file something with a tacky layer is just a waste of your time and a waste of your file. It will just gunk up your file and not really do much to the nail except make it look messy. But yeah, going over with that hand file, just making sure that we can't feel the glitter, because when you try to paint over glitter with a solid colour, if it is lumpy and bumpy, it will show up and it just looks awful. So yeah, I can do that, and then wipe off all the dust with my dust brush, and then some alcohol and a lint-free wipe. Obviously this is sped up. And now that I've finished that and wiped them off, I'm going to do another layer of rubber base, just where I filed it, and because these nails aren't very thick, it'll add a little bit of thickness. It will smooth out the top a little bit more and give our French colour something nice to stick to. So I'm just going to go over every nail with some of the rubber base, and then I'll cure that for 60 seconds. You'll see here again I'm wiping off the sticky layer, just because I feel like the tacky layer can sometimes interfere with getting a nice smooth line. It's fine if you're doing a full coat of colour over the top, but because we're doing a French, I want to try and keep the line as crisp as possible, which is going to be work enough because I'm using my left hand. Anyway, I'm going in and painting the French now, and this colour is called Soft Pink from D&D. A nice kind of like baby pink. I've painted the free edge and the mid-length of the nail, and then I'm going in with my liner brush to get the shape of the French that I want. This is a painful experience to watch because yeah, it's quite messy with my left hand. I'm not the best at painting with it, but I'm doing my best. once I've done as best as I can, I'm going in with a cleanup brush and then oh my god, I can't speak. Inevitably, anyway, you know what I'm saying. So I'm going in with a cleanup brush and just tidying it up a little bit, and then going back with my liner brush because I obviously took too much off, and then wiping the edges with my finger just to get off any excess so we don't lose our shape. Should really be wearing a glove when you do this because you don't really want to be touching uncured gel with your skin. I'm just using one of those, what are they called, lymph-free swab things, micro swabs, something like that, with a little bit of alcohol just to clean it up a little bit more. And then I stuck it in the lamp for 60 seconds. I haven't shown me doing every finger because boy, did it take a little while to do that. And it was painful to watch. And now I'm going in with some, this is rubber based, but it's from G Elite. It's not my gel bottle one. Just because I want to do quite a thick layer and I don't want to waste my good stuff, to be honest. You'll see I flip my hand over there. That's just so gravity can help and give us a bit of an apex, and it helps with the leveling. And I'm going to do that on every finger, a nice liberal layer. Once I've cured that in the lamp for 60 seconds, I'm just wiping off the tacky layer again. And then I'm going to go in with my matte top coat, which is from the gel bottle. It's my favourite matte top coat, but making sure the sticky layer's gone on all of these. I find when you're mixing products from different brands, which you shouldn't really do, and when I use my matte top coat on top of G Elite products, it's not as matte as it could be and it still feels a bit tacky, so I like to wipe that tacky layer off. And now I'm going in here, you can see, with my gel bottle matte top coat. And once I've painted all the nails, I just make sure there's none on my skin because I'm using my left hand. I'm a bit messy. And then I'm going to stick that in the lamp for 60 seconds. I'm just using my hand buffer to refine the shape because we have gone quite thick with all these extra layers of stuff. So I'm just buffing them, smoothing them out, and making sure that my sidewalls are nice and crisp. I think these were a little bit, where the D&D soft pink isn't very opaque, I had to do quite a few layers, so I felt like it was a little bit thick, so I'm just kind of smoothing out that bump and refining my shape again. Once I've got them back in that sharp crisp shape that I like, because we've had dust again, I am just going to use a lint-free wipe and some alcohol to get rid of it all and make sure the nails are nice and clean before we add our nail charms. As always, I am going to be using my Macart Rhinestone Gel. I'm just picking out my charms here. I've got my charms in this lovely Hello Kitty box. So if you've watched my nail haul videos, you'll have seen this. I think I'm going to have to get some more because I do really like these. And I'm just looking at these different charms. I do decide in the end to only use the rainbowy ones. I pick out a few other things because I thought that I might, mix it up a bit, but I decided not to in the end. But anyway, here we are with the Macart Rhinestone Glue. I'm going to do a nice generous blob of that, because they are quite big, these charms. And I can just use my fingers to put these on because they're so big I don't have to worry about getting the glue on my fingers. And I'm just going in with my little handheld lamp just to freeze them in place, because they are quite big. When you stick them on and then try and put your hand straight into the big lamp, they can slide around and stuff. So those little handheld lamps are great for stuff like this. If you don't have one, I highly recommend. They're so inexpensive. I've got a couple and I think they're only a few pounds. So yeah, and I'm going to stick this star rainbowy type thing on there. I think these charms as well are in one of my hauls that I did. I can't off the top of my head remember where they're from. They'll be from like Shein, Temu, AliExpress, somewhere like that. But yeah, we're doing a star. There'll be a rainbow on the thumb and the little finger. So it's rainbow, star, rainbow, star, rainbow. And I'm doing again the same with my little handheld lamp, just freezing it in place. And once we've got them all on, they'll go in the lamp for a full 60-second cure. And like I said, once we've done that last one with the flash cure, I stick it in the lamp for 60 seconds and we're done. I did do another layer of matte top coat, making sure I get as close to the charms as possible, just to make sure that the glue's covered up and there's no sticky bits and they're fully sealed in. But what do you think, guys? I love these. They're super cute. If you have enjoyed the video, please do consider subscribing, and thanks for joining. Feel free to comment and let me know what you think, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Bye!